Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome back to some Wrath Classic. Actually, I haven't played Wrath Classic on stream in quite some time now. I've been mostly playing some hardcore, but I thought with the current phase of Wrath of Lich King, which is phase 3, ending in like 2 days now, which means Joyous Journeys is going away, and that means phase 4 will be launching in like 2 days. I just wanted to play some Wrath Classic, do some questing while we have the Joyous Journeys buff for a couple more days before it goes away until probably like the pre-patch for Cataclysm is probably the next time we'll get Joyous Journeys. And with that, I also just want to do mostly just like saving some footage of some stuff from Wrath of the Lich King, where I'm not going to fly into that reanimated frost room, where we have like the Wrathgate and stuff like that I want to explore. So I'm going to go ahead and like do all the quests related to that, where I've already started it on this character because I've been casually leveling. I think the last time I streamed on this character, we were at like Westguard Keep and we were like level 69 or something like that. I'm currently almost level 72. I'm a bar away, so I made some progress on this character as we approach level 80, which is the current max level on Wrath of the Lich King Classic. And basically with the Wrathgate quest, I progressed it pretty far, where I've done most of the stuff. Do I have audio? Oh, there, I have audio now. Where I have progressed most of like this area around here with Winterguard Keep and stuff like that, and I've gotten to the point of doing this quest where we talk to Wormbait and we are going to slay a giant reanimated frost worm similar to the one that I almost flew in over there. And basically we're going to get this Lich's Phylactery, or however you pronounce it, from this frost worm, and we are going to kill the Lich afterwards, and then we have some more questing to do after that. And I have a bunch of other questing in this zone to do as well, because we'll probably finish up the Wrathgate quest line and then the bonus Siege of Undercity quest line that comes out after that. I'll be doing that stuff as well. But we have Ice Storm here, who I kind of just want to wait a moment for the guards to potentially attack. I know sometimes it bugs out a little bit. There goes the Wormbait. So I'm going to let them get a hit off, and then we can go ahead and charge in, throw some dots on. And I'm playing, I think it's it's a Fury Warrior. I played Arms on World of Warcraft Classic. I leveled up to like level 40 and like kind of did not enjoy it anymore. But I have all these Fury talents in here, and then Arms talents I'm starting to go into since I completed the Fury tree. And I enjoy quite a bit in Wrath of Lich King Classic because you get this talent called Titan's Grip, which lets you equip two-handed axes, maces, and swords in one hand, which is pretty cool because you can just wield two-handed weapons at the same exact time, and I just love that. And I'm probably going to die here, which is not a good thing because I accidentally pulled aggro on the frost worm. Can I get down here? And then let's bandage up. I think I'll be fine. And then we can re-engage on the frost worm. I would love to have Heroic Leap on this character, but that doesn't come out until Cataclysm, which is actually going to be releasing pretty soon. Probably going to have it announced at BlizzCon as a lot of people's expectations, alongside potentially new stuff for the classic era of the game. A lot of people are speculating that. And then there's like a new World of Warcraft game coming out, a mobile game, like a spin-off game, that I don't think anyone's really excited about, and it has like some pretty nasty monetization, but I'm still gonna try it out just for an hour or two, just to like experience it, I guess. It's like a Clash Royale version, there we go, of World of Warcraft, which is interesting. I also have another quest that I need to do in this area before we head back towards Winterguard Keep, so I might as well just come over here and do it. I might need to heal up before we go inside, but there's another quest line in Dragonblight, which is a really cool quest line that we can do, where basically it involves kind of like the Warcraft 3 human campaign when Arthas comes to Northrend. You're kind of like reliving those events, which basically allows people that like never played Warcraft 3 to kind of see what happened during that time, and it basically kind of sets up a lot of like the expansion story as well. So this is like a really important like storyline for people who are like interested in like the lore and story of the Wrath of the Lich King expansion and everything going on with Arthas. Where we're just in this cave here called Frostmourne Cave, where it's basically like the area where Arthas came to get Frostmourne, that we'll see a little bit of a cutscene in just a second. I've always loved Wrath of the Lich King questing. That's probably been one of my like favorite questing experiences in all WoW. Honestly, like the vanilla version of the game and then like the first 2 expansions, a lot of people call like the original trilogy, that people like really enjoy and like a lot compared to like previous or like later games or later expansions. Whereas a lot of people prefer like later expansions as well because it's like more modern and like people like that storytelling as well. Except for Shadowlands, I think everyone hates Shadowlands, and same with Battle for Azeroth. But it seems like Dragonflight is going good for a lot of people. The people have been enjoying it. Which actually being here in Dragon Blight, which is very close to the expansion name. It's just a 1-letter difference with the zone name. It's actually a really cool zone to quest through because this is like a 2008 zone. And Dragonflight is the current expansion that came out in 2022, I think. And like a lot of the quest lines in this zone kind of like directly connects to that some of the stuff going on in that expansion, because it revolves around like the dragon aspects and the different dragon flights, which are like one of the main focuses of the new expansion. So it's fun to be in this area. But then of course, I feel like Dragonblight is probably one of my least favorite zones out of the expansion. Even though I still like it, but there's like some other stuff going on in other zones that I like a lot more. And let's go ahead and we should probably kill this Revenant first. There's my favorite YouTuber. There's my favorite chatter. Hello. Let's kill this Revenant. And then we can trigger, I said cutscene, it's like an in-game cutscene where we just watch some characters talk. And I forget, is it, here we go. Zillig's Scrying Orb. And then the walls of Frostmourne Cavern shudder and shake. And we have these 2 weapons on the ground right here, which are really cool. And then we have Prince Arthas and Mirrodin. I don't know if that's too
Hold
loud.
that. There's an inscription on the dais. It's a warning. It says, "Whomsoever takes up this blade shall wield power eternal. Just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit." Oh, I should have known. The blade is cursed. Let's get the hell out of here.
I would gladly bear any curse to save my homeland.
Leave it be, Arthas. Forget this business and lead your men home.
Damn the men! Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge, old friend. Not even you. Now, I call out to the spirits of this place. I will give anything, or pay any price, if only you will help me save my people.
And there's that quest complete. A little snippet into the Warcraft 3 story, and kind of like the descent of Arthas becoming the Lich King. And there's actually another quest line in the game where we get to experience a little bit more of like Arthas becoming the Lich King, but that isn't part of Warcraft 3, and it's kind of like new story being told, which is really cool. And it's like through flashbacks like that as well, where you actually get to play as Arthas during some very special events, which is cool. But we have these two quests completed now, so let's go ahead and return to Winterguard Keep, and I can turn these two quests in. And then the next one, for like after chasing Ice Storm, is to kill the Lich, and then that's going to send us over towards the Wrathgate, I believe. And then I think that's the end of the Frostmourne Cavern / Arthas flashback cutscenes for now. I think I had this a little lower than that. Yeah, we're almost level 72, which having Joyous Journeys is very nice for leveling and Wrath Lich King, because it just speeds up your journey by 50%, which is nice. It also works on quest turn-ins. It's not just a mob kill experience buff.
Can I help you?
So let's turn in this quest. I don't need any of these items. That one's kind of better than what I have, so maybe I'll throw that on. And then we want to go to the mausoleum next, and then let's turn in this quest, which is the end of this quest chain, and that is definitely better than what I have equipped. So there we go, and I just leveled up to level 72, which is nice. And I was just throwing some stuff into here, and I did not mean to mount up on my horse. And I need to go to the auction house on this character, but I'll probably do that some other time. I definitely need to sell some items at least. So let's come down here. And then this is kind of like the ultimate moment of this part of the quest chain, where we can fight the Lich, who is kind of in control of the ground forces right now. Of course, there's Kel'Thuzad up in Naxxramas, who is kind of like the big bad Lich of the area, controlling everything, and is Arthas' like best friend. But this Lich, who was raised by Kel'Thuzad, actually, I think, was actually a character from vanilla World of Warcraft who was at Light's Hope Chapel and was a member of the Argent Dawn, but he was turned into an undead Lich. And then we were kind of summoning him right here, and then we can fight him. So we have Thelzan, the Duskgreener, and he just stunned us here with a 2-minute stun. You're frozen in fear. And he says, "Our Lord Arthas," oh, he's talking fast, "saw in me the frailty of man. Serve me in life, and I will promise to rend the weakness from your soul, to erase it from existence, to be chosen, blessed by the Lich King in such a way. So serve him I did. Were it not for me, the glorious dread citadel Naxxramas may have never returned to Northrend. But enough talk. You have fought hard and come from the distant reaches of this world to face the Duskgreener. I shall not disappoint. Just as our Lord saved me, so too shall I save you." And then we have High Lord Bolvar Fordragon here, who is an important character from vanilla World of Warcraft as well, which is very cool. And he plays a pretty important part in this part of the story as well. Yeah, we have Father Inigo Montoy, which I believe is a reference actually. And then we can go ahead and fight the minions of Thelzan now. We have 4 Dragons Resolve, and we can go ahead and fight the Lich himself. almost died there. I think I need to kill these minions. And then we can focus on the Lich after this. And I'm almost dead. Let's see if I can bandage up real quick. And then he is dead now as well. And Bolvar yells victory for the Alliance. And you have saved Winterguard. With Thozan's filth washed away, the 7th Legion will easily clean up the remaining Scourge. When you are done here, report to Angrathar at the Wrathgate. So we can go ahead and turn in this quest to High Commander Halford or Wormbane, and then we can head over towards the Wrathgate, where there are still some more quests going on before we get to the iconic moment in this quest chain.
Greetings. Be careful. For the Alliance. See you later.
Now we have the quest 2 for Dragonhold. I almost got a bar from completing that quest, which is nice. So we can go turn this in. Oh, and we leveled up to 72, which means we unlocked more quests in this zone. Now this zone's like level 71 to like 74, I think. Even though you can begin it at like level 70, if I recall correctly. But you don't have everything unlocked. I think we can do every quest in the zone now that we're level 72. Though there are quite a few group quests in the zone, which I've completed 4 of them actually, but there's still, I know of at least 2 more, or 3 more, 4 more. I keep remembering some that requires some attention from other people to help you out. Which I feel like there's significantly less people in Wrath of the Lich King Classic, like just questing and like leveling up characters. I think most people who like level up characters do it in like the vanilla version of the game, and like more recently the hardcore version of the game. And I think like the majority of people who play through like Wrath of the Lich King are mostly raid logging right now. We have Galakrond's Rest here, which is a very important location that we'll come back to in a few minutes. I do have like the slowest Griffin speed right now. We can't upgrade it to like 280%, but it costs 5,000 gold, which I do not have. Slash, I don't really want to spend it, because once I get to level 80 on this character, I'm probably never going to play this character again. So might as well just send all the gold I have over towards one of my other characters. When we get to a vendor, I should definitely clear out my inventory a little bit, which I guess I'll take this moment to organize it since we're flying, and I'll sell all this stuff, save that, save that, and then I think everything in this slot can be sold. I can use the protection scroll. This was like one of my favorite locations when I played like World of Warcraft way back in the day. I have a lot of memories of just like hanging out here, because like we have like all these Alliance soldiers that are just like fighting these undead here, and I thought it was like such a cool like war zone, like battlefield type of thing, and I didn't even realize the importance of this place until like later on in the game when I like eventually completed this quest chain and I saw what happens here. Let's go ahead, get this. And now we have audience with the Dragon Queen, where we can go talk to Alex Stradza, who is an important character for the current expansion, and is a pretty important character for this expansion as well. And I think while we're at Wormrest, I'll go find a merchant, and we can sell all of this stuff. And then I'll probably just sell the intellect scrolls, and I'll use the protection scroll. We have Sarathrusta, or however you pronounce that. That's not how you pronounce that. Yeah, there's only a few quests left in this quest chain. And then there's like a bonus quest chain that unlocks after we complete the Wrathgate that I think we'll go do. Because it's kind of a fun quest chain, but it's also like a little long and boring. But I haven't done it on stream, so I'd like to document it, I guess. I did make a short about it like a year ago. Actually, almost like a year and like maybe like 10 days ago or 5 days ago. Because it was like bugging out a lot and I thought it was funny. And I don't think it bugs out that much anymore, but it's not flawless. It's definitely a little janky. A janky question. Because it was supposed to be like a one-time event, I think. Like way back in the day. But now it's like a permanent addition to the game. Which I think is a good thing. That you can like permanently do that question now. But it like phases out and breaks some things.
Our destiny awaits.
Audience with the Dragon Queen.
Stand tall.
And let's go talk to a dragon over here, where we are going to have a quest to fight a bunch of enemies. So let's go ahead, use the ruby beacon, and we can ride our very own dragon here. Then we can go do a bunch of stuff where we need to kill 30 wastes scavengers, and then we have to kill a boss over here and pick up an item. So we have Flame Fury, inflicts fire damage to the enemies in a cone in front of the caster, Engulfing Fireball, which is just a fireball ability, and then Devour Ghoul, which is a heal ability for us, which is very nice. But we have Galakron here, who is like the biggest dragon of all time. That was like basically, from my understanding, like about to destroy the world. But like 5 proto drakes who eventually ascended from the Titan Keepers basically gave them a bunch of power to like ascend into like normal dragons. Basically those 5 took them down. There's this YouTuber that has like kind of like audiobook versions of a bunch of like World of Warcraft books. I believe his name is The Flying Buttress, and very good videos there. They're like 4-hour long videos, but they're enjoyable to watch. That was my 10-second summary of one of the books, Dawn of the Aspects, I think it was called. 5 baby dragons destroy big dragon, and then become bigger dragons because of stone people.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
Need 5 more, 4 more now.
I can't cast that yet.
And then let's go fight the boss. I'll just consume this ghoul really quickly. So I think we can kill this giant on
That spell isn't ready.
our dragon, and then our dragon's gonna get killed by the Necrolord, and then we have to like defeat the Necrolord on foot.
I can't cast that yet.
So there goes that poor dragon. And then he is 3 levels higher than us, but we should be fine. Let's go ahead and throw a Rend on him.
Can't do that yet.
I guess we can debuff him a little, and then we can buff ourselves up. And I guess I'll increase his attack power. Just break our stun there.
I can't do that. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet. Not ready yet.
And there we go. Now we can get the scythe. And now we can go turn in this quest, which I think might be the last part of this part of the chain. We might return to Wrathgate after this. I forget. I really like Wormrest Temple. It was reused in the next expansion a couple times actually, because we have a lot of stuff going on with dragons in this expansion, and then the next expansion has a lot of focus on the dragons. And then Dragonflight has a lot of focus on the dragons. Probably the most focus out of any of the expansions, maybe. Though the next expansion is like entirely about like one of the like dragon aspects. But Dragonflight's about, I guess, technically 4 of the 5 dragon aspects, with trying to find like the 5th one, kind of,
tall.
from my understanding. Because there's not currently a 5th one, so they're trying to find a replacement. I think we'll equip that. And then we have a Return to Angerthal. Probably one of the most iconic quests in all World of Warcraft. And it's the final quest of this quest chain, but it unlocks like a second quest chain that we can go ahead and do. But now we just have to fly back to Angerthal, and I never went to a merchant actually, but that's okay. I don't think we're going to get a lot of items in our inventory in the next few minutes before we get to another merchant. There might be one at Four Dragon Hold. I forget what the name of the Horde base is. Let's go check it out real quick. Can fly over it, scout it out a little. I think I'm also wanting to do a stream in Sholazar Basin because I really want to like have footage of the Heminess and Ray questline there. Can do some stuff in Grizzly Hills. Grizzly Hills is probably the most popular zone from this expansion for people. Maybe not for questing, but just like aesthetics at least. I think the most people will claim Grizzly Hills as their favorite zone aesthetically. This outpost is Korkron Vanguard, where we have the Son of Sourfang basically in command of the Horde forces here. And then we have Bolvar Fordragon in command of the Alliance forces here. He was basically kind of like the Region Lord of Stormwind for the first 2 expansions, because the Keen of Stormwind was missing, and his son Anduin was basically Keen, but he was like 5, so Bolvar was basically in charge of leading the kingdom. But we can complete this quest here, where we get Northrend Adventure Supplies and 5 Emblems of Heroism, and then get probably one of my favorite cutscenes in all of gaming, just because it's like one of the first cutscenes I ever watched in a video game.
Be careful.
Mindless wretches! Fight on, brothers!
Rise up, sons of the Horde! Blood and glory await us! Luntarelgar! For the Horde!
I was wondering if you'd show up.
I couldn't let the Alliance have all the fun today.
Arthas! The blood of your father, of your people, demands justice! Come forth, coward, and answer for your crimes!
You speak of justice, of cowardice. I will show you the justice of the grave and the true meaning of fear.
Enough talk! Let it be finished! for all the lives you've stolen, traitor!
Boldly stated, but there is nothing you can... What?
Did you think we had forgotten? Did you think we had forgiven? Behold now the terrible vengeance of the Forsaken!
Sylvanas.
Death to the Scourge! And death to the living! Now, all can see. This is the hour of the Forsaken.
We're finished. No escape for any of us.
But yeah, a really cool cutscene there that I like quite a lot. And it's actually like a really interesting like aspect of like World of Warcraft, because that's the first ever in-game cutscene in World of Warcraft. Where the only other things like comparable to it up to this point were like the launch cinematics that played when you load up the game for the first time in vanilla, or when the Burning Crusade came out, or when Wrath of the Lich King came out. And then they did cinematics or like patches, but those didn't play in game. This is like the first cutscene ever introduced into the game, like as a part of a quest or like a raid or whatever. And of course we get more with Wrath of the Lich King, and then there's many in like every single expansion and like update in like modern World of Warcraft. Just like in a lot of games, cutscenes play a pretty important part in games nowadays as well. But this is like the first one in World of Warcraft, and it was kind of like made in a very janky way, where you can find like an interview from like way back when, where a bunch of devs were like talking about how they made this cutscene, and it was actually made like in game, where they recorded footage in game using their special camera commands that like we unfortunately don't have access to, which would be cool to have access to. But they had like actual actors on like Ventrilo that they all basically kind of like coordinated like movement and stuff during like the movement cutscenes, and then they had like just a bunch of like NPCs plop down during like that big part where they had like all the Horde and Alliance sitting here. But yeah, very cool. But we have Alex Straza here. Let's go ahead, and we have the bonus quest chain now that we can do, which is the Siege of Undercity, where we're basically going to claim vengeance for what happened. We're basically a sect of the Forsaken, basically betrayed both the Alliance and the Horde, and basically kind of wounded Arthas a little bit, but killed a ton of Alliance and Horde members, and some undead as well. But we mostly care about the fact that they betrayed us. And we have to go to Stormwind, I believe. Dragonblight, Reborn from the Ashes. Gather 4 Dragon's Shield from the field of battle at Angerthar the Wrathgate, and returned it to Keen Varian Rin at Stormwind Keep and Stormwind City. So let's go to Delaran. And then, actually, we could probably just fly up there, because I might want to use my Hearthstone when we're finished with this quest chain, just to get back towards this area, because I just want to do some more questing as well, just to work on leveling up my character a bit. But we got some special currency called Emblems of Heroism, which they actually changed in the launch of Lich King Classic, where you can get some of these from doing questing in Northrend, where it used to just be from heroic dungeons, but now you can get it from questing, which you can buy heirloom armor with it, which helps you level up your alts a little bit faster, which is kind of cool. They did a lot of changes with Wrath of Lich King Classic compared to the original version of Wrath of Lich King. There's like 3 different modifiers for heroic dungeons now, where they get harder and harder. So there's like 5 different versions of every single dungeon in the game now, or 4 technically right now, but there's about to be a 5th in like 2 days. But here is Delaran, and we can go over towards Stormwind, and it's going to be in a special phase. And I should probably talk to, oh, that's not a merchant, that is only an innkeeper. I should clear out my inventory really quickly. You can open that. Here's a barmaid. Let's go ahead and sell all this. We want that still. I guess we'll hold on to that.
Have a good one.
Let's go ahead and use protection there. The protection scroll. And then let's go to Stormwind. And then I think we're about to teleport to Orgrimmar actually, which is kind of interesting. I guess Stormwind's not phased out, but I think Orgrimmar is going to be phased. And then the Undercity is going to be phased, since we're going to launch an offensive on that location. Oh, I didn't sell this for some reason. That's kind of cool that we go talk to King Varian Wrynn, because Bolvar Fordragon was like one of his closest friends, and also basically like kept the Kingdom of Stormwind like okay in Varian Wrynn's absence, fighting against Onyxia and like the Defias and stuff like that through Vanilla, and then in the Burning Crusade as well. But we're the ones about to tell him that his close friend and someone who he is really indebted to is potentially dead. Where we actually learn that he is not dead in 2 days, technically, with the launch of Icecrown Citadel, because he's an important lore character in Icecrown Citadel. And then also Sourfang the Younger, the son of Sourfang, is actually the 4th raid boss of the raid, which is pretty cool. But he's like risen as an undead. But we have Jaina here, and then we can go to Orgrimmar, and we can basically talk to Thrall about this. We just became honored with the Explorers League.
All I ever wanted was to study.
Let's
Do
open a
not do
portal.
anything that would incite the Horde. The War Chief has agreed to see us on good faith.
And this sometimes bugs out, where
Let's go.
there's a chance I click this portal and instantly die. So let's see what happens here. So we have all these Kor'kron elites here, and it looks like we are fine. Sometimes these Kor'kron elites, which are level 80 elites, will attack you on sight, and they're not like properly friendly to you.
King is preparing for war.
But let's complete this. Use the portal in Gromash Hold. There's some talking and stuff going on here.
What happened
I think
at the
wait, hold
Wrathgate?
on.
It was a betrayal from within.
Okay, let's go back to Stormwind. So we have Thrall, Sylvanas, and Jaina talking there. Let's go ahead and talk to Varian again, turn in this quest, and then we have a new quest to go to the Undercity. So let's go there. And then it looks like it is partially underway, which means we won't be exploring every single second of this mission. but I'm kind of happy with that because I've done this quite a few times and it's a little boring. But we have Valera, Sanguinar, and Grohl Beermantle here, who are friends of Varian Wrynn from one of the books. I forget which book it was, where you meet them, and we see them pop up every now and then, which is super cool. But they're basically helping Varian out here with claiming vengeance, and this is a really interesting event because there's an Alliance version of it and a Horde version of it, where basically the Horde and Alliance are kind of working together on like a very loose piece, because they figured out that a very specific group of the Forsaken basically betrayed Sylvanas Windrunner, potentially betrayed. That's what Sylvanas says at least, and then kind of just like went rogue and launched the plague on the Alliance and the Horde. Where we have different bosses depending on if you're an Alliance or a Horde character, where the Horde are going and fighting Varmathras, who is the Dreadlord, that is like basically in control of basically what happened here. And then we have Putris here, who just died, who was the Forsaken that we saw at that cinematic that basically betrayed all of us. So Varian just got vengeance on Putris, and then we're going to confront the Horde, where we know Varian Wrynn throughout like the history of World of Warcraft is kind of like very bloodthirsty towards the Horde, where he holds them in contempt a lot, because he was like, how old was he, like 12 or something like that, when his kingdom fell to the Orcish Horde invasion in Warcraft 1, and then he went to Lordaeron during Warcraft 2, and all that stuff happened. And we see every now and then throughout World of Warcraft that he kind of just tries to go ballistic on the Horde, which this is one of those times that we can kind of experience a little bit of. There's then like a few more times in Wrath Lich King where we see this happen.
The Undercity belongs to the Horde once more.
And we have Thrall here as well, where they just killed Varmathras.
Onward! We end this now.
Varian, stop! I won't help you do this.
I feel like Jaina's always with like a royal human who's kind of just like doing something that she doesn't like, and she's like, I'm not going to help you do this. Because we saw that with Arthas during Warcraft 3, she did that, and then we have this happening right now with the Varian Wrynn, where Varian's going to go try to kill all the orcs around here. And we can just follow him up through here. It's nice that there's other players here doing stuff, but we haven't fought a single mob, and I don't think we're going to have the opportunity to, unless we fight the orcs for like a second up here. Where we're very powerful because we have Jaina and Varian Wrynn buffing us up, and then we have Thrall here. And then Varian's just standing here. Sometimes this event stalls a little bit.
The orcs have a battle cry. Loktar Ogar. It means victory or death. Fitting. To the throne room!
I think the Alliance actually has one less boss you fight, but the two bosses are very annoying compared to the three for the Horde.
Trash like you and this evil witch were allowed to roam free, unchecked. The time has come to make things right, to disband your treacherous kingdom of murderers and thieves. Putris was the first strike. Many more will come. I've waited a long time for this, Thrall. For every time I was thrown into one of your damned arenas. For every time I killed a green-skinned aberration like you. I could think of only one thing. What our world could be without you and your twisted horde. It ends now, War Chief. Attack!
Let none survive.
I guess we could do a little bit of fighting where we can see how powerful we are right now.
Varian, no! Stop!
And then Jaina here now. It's kind of cool that we can just fight Sylvanas and Thrall right now. Which you can do in the open world. Jaina just stunned everybody. And then that's the end of Siege of Orgrimmar, which is very nice for us that other people progressed it that far. I guess we can go ahead and pick this up, and I think I'll replace that item. And that's the end of the Siege of Undercity and the end of Wrathgate, which is pretty cool. It's probably one of my favorite parts of classic World of Warcraft. It's kind of like that moment with Wrathgate and stuff like that. But since we're done with that, let's go ahead and go to Delaran once again. And we can go ahead and probably just actually really quickly. I almost hearth there. I leveled up to level 72, so let's go to the Warrior Trainer. And we can... what is this from? Medallion of Heroism? Oh, did I just get that from this quest? I did. We can go to the Warrior Trainer and we can learn some new skills. Do I want to replace anything with this? This is a heal. Maybe I'll do that and then throw this down here. I think having a heal on a warrior would be very nice. Because we have our potion and our bandages, which we can use in combat, but those are very limited. So a bonus one here is nice. It's only 1425 to 1575 damage shield, but that's still good. That's like 20% of our health. 15%. Warrior Trainer here. We have a new Heroic Strike, a new Cleave, and that is all. So getting rank 12 Heroic Strike is definitely very nice because that's like one of the main abilities I use. And then having a new Cleave rank is nice. Let's come to the mailbox over here. And then Emblem Quartermasters in Northrend, because I got my first ever emblems on this character. So we got a mail kind of teaching us a little bit about that. But since I'm done with Wrathgate and since I'm done with the Siege of Undercity, I think we'll just go back to Dragonblight and we'll work on some of the other quests around here. But that was like the main quest line in Dragonblight that leads to this achievement, Veteran of the Wrathgate. Complete the Dragonblight quest leading up to and including the return to Angrathar. But we have, we've completed 58 out of 115 quests we need to complete for the Might of Dragonblight achievement. So we're like almost halfway done with that. And then there's like a few more quests beyond what you have to get for that achievement. There's like a little bit of a buffer. I think that gets changed in Warlords of Draenor retroactively, because in Mist of Pandaria they introduce like new types of like the questing achievements where you have to complete like storylines in each zone in order to complete the achievement instead of like completing a set number of quests. And then that was retroactively changed to all the old zones. I think, what do I want to do in Dragonblight next? I might go to Moakai Harbor. Maybe we can go do some of the quests around there. We have a ton of stuff at Roomrest to do. And then some various quests up here that have to do with some of the goblins. Like the Snowbolts, I think they're called. And then we have a ton of stuff in your Star's Rest. So I'm thinking Moakai Harbor, and then Star's Rest, and then if I want to keep doing some stuff here in Dragonblight, we can go to Roomrest Temple next. We're getting close to unlocking Grizzly Hills, which I might stream some Grizzly Hills content, and then I want to do some Sholazar stuff as well. I just like having footage of all this stuff saved on my YouTube channel. So yeah, let's head to Moakai. Which actually, let's look at the achievements I have on this character. I've done quite a few player versus player achievements. I have 327 honorable kills, which I guess is not a lot. But I've done a little bit of Alterac Valley. I have not won in Arathi Basin, but oh, I have the Storm when I streamed on this character like a couple months ago. I remember that. I've done quite a few Warsong Goches, but I guess I've only won 3. I did some Iowa Conquest. I guess if we come into stats, player versus player, and then Battlegrounds. So I played 10 Alterac Valleys, no ABs, 3 Eye of the Storms, no Strand of the Ancients, 5 Warsong Goches, and then 1 Iowa Conquest. Yeah, Strand of the Ancients, I'm not sure where it technically is, but I think it's like just south of Northrend. And I always envision that like this bridge is the bridge that leads to it, because I think there's like a bridge very similar to this coming into the battleground. And then Iowa Conquest is like confirmed to be like right up here, like northwest of Northrend, because you can see like the Scarlet, whatever that giant town is over there, the Scarlet Crusade. But we need to do spiritual insights, and we need crab traps, and then there's a special crab trap down here that we can get. So let's come into the water, and let's go ahead and use this breathing bladder, and then we have to kill some bottom threshers here, and then just go around to all the different crab traps. The bottom threshers are just a nuisance in the way. I guess we don't technically have to kill them. It's nice when a quest gives you a way to breathe underwater, especially as a class that can't do that normally.
That ability isn't ready. I can't do that.
Pretty much the rest of the quests in the zone are pretty chill. There's some stuff to do with the Blue Dragon fight. That's kind of intense, like storyline wise. But nowhere near as intense as Angrathar.
That ability isn't ready. Not ready. That ability isn't ready yet.
There's a crab trap here. Then we have to find one over there. I think if you just swim east a little bit, we should be able to find a bunch. I'm like at a window right now, and I just looked up and I saw like flashing lights in the air, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized it was a plane.
I can't do that yet. Not ready. I can't do that yet.
This new heroic strike is definitely very nice. More damage than what I was doing beforehand. Yeah, we're close to 80 on this character, so we're almost at like the max rank for everything. I think there's like one more rank of heroic strike, you get to like level 80 or something. We need 2 more. I see one over there. Let's go ahead and just kill this thresher. I was trying to get around it, but he keeps moving around in a precarious way.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Okay, there's that quest complete, and then we have the other quest to turn in. So let's go turn in these 2 quests. I think the quest we picked up down here leads to a quest chain, which is actually kind of an annoying one, but only when there's like a bunch of people playing, if I recall correctly. Because you have to like interact with a creature, and only one person can interact with them at a time, and like the interaction lasts for like a minute and a half. So like when Lich King Classic like first launched, there was just like a long line of people just waiting their turn to be able to interact with them.
Yes, Shalashka. Good hunting. Travel the wastes with care.
Turn this on.
Stay warm.
Okay, let's go get the flesh of two huge pinchers. A quest that I'm thinking of might be related to spiritual insight, actually. I think this is leading to killing a special shark. We have 2 huge pinchers right here. Definitely a very large crab. And then we have the flesh there, and then I think we're going to use that flesh to bait a shark. I've completed some of the quests here around Mokai Harbor already. I'm probably just quest in Dragonblight until I'm tired, and then off stream I'm probably going to just level this character up a little bit and get to a point where
Who is this that speaks?
we can go start Grizzly Hills, and then I'll probably stream the start of Grizzly Hills.
May your nets.
Okay, let's finish this quest line here. We still have the water breathing from that item, which is nice. Don't have to use another charge. Can throw the bait in here, and then we can kill the shark. The Kalyak is actually a reputation that I've never gotten exalted with. Hello, giant sea turtle. Because I looked on like my retail character, and it's like the one of 3 Northern reputations I never got to exalted when I played back in the day. The other 2 are the Frenzy Heart and the Oracles and Sholazar Basin. I guess I never really did a lot of stuff with them. But here's this shark complete, or killed. He who plays with food. That quest is now complete. I really love the giant sea turtle boats. And I love how there's like carrots dangled in front of him to like make him move around and stuff. The size of this sea turtle pales in comparison to the Pandaren starting zone in Mist of Pandaria. That's a giant sea turtle. Probably the biggest mob in the game. Well, not technically a mob. Biggest animal. Okay, let's do a spiritual instance now. I think this storyline is connected to like the storyline related to the Blue Dragonflight, which like magic, like a storyline related to magic is like one of the like primary storylines in like the Wrath Lich King expansion. There's like the storyline with Arthas and the Scourge, which is like the main storyline of the expansion, and then there's a storyline with Yogg-Saron and a storyline with Malygos and the Blue Dragonflight and Magic that are like the 2 secondary storylines, I feel like. There's also some stuff going on with like the Black Dragonflight that you do a little bit of stuff with. But yeah, when I think back on it, Cataclysm, like, story-wise, is like a pretty decent story to have come after Wrath of the Lich King. And I always talk about like how much I hate like the old world overhaul. And like I definitely like the zones in Cataclysm less than the zones in vanilla, but it makes a lot of sense like why it was done, because it like modernized the game, and it probably helps like new players coming into the game to enjoy the game as a whole much more. Which is why a lot of people think it's going to happen again in like the next expansion that's going to be announced at BlizzCon in like less than a month. Because like the Cataclysm zones are very old at this point. Like 13 years old. Compared to them being 6 years old when Cataclysm came out. So it would make a lot of sense for them to like modernize those zones again. Because those are probably like the main zones that a lot of new players would go through. Because like that's where you start out in the game, and like unless they figure out how to navigate to like expansion content, because you can do expansion content starting at like level 10 for like most expansions. They're probably going to be just questing through Cataclysm zones. I always thought it would be interesting if they did something like Elder Scrolls Online, where you can like choose like which expansion you want to start in. I think that's a thing you can do, or you can choose like the modern one or like the original game at least. I think, or like you can choose from starting zones, but they always feed you into like the Cataclysm world after that, because it takes you to Orgrimmar Stromund, which is in the Cataclysm world. I like all the Wolvar encampments around Northrend. There's like a destroyed one in Zodrak, and then there's one in Howling Fjord. There's one here, and there's one in Sholazar. I like how they're kind of like a dumb race, but like they have a large presence on the continent. Okay, let's talk to this NPC. And then we need to kill a bunch of the spirits around here. Of Tuskar. I'm like kind of interested in Dragonflight, like story-wise, because there's like stuff going on with the Tuskar, which is super cool. Stuff going on with Centaurs, which is super cool. And then I've heard like the main story is actually like pretty decent in that expansion. It's just like, I don't enjoy retail gameplay for whatever reason. I just can't get into it. But like I have like a big interest in like playing through the expansions, which maybe if the new expansion announced at BlizzCon is one that seems interesting to me, maybe I'll play like the new expansion. Probably mostly on stream. But if it doesn't seem interesting, I'm probably going to drop it. I'm always concerned about like new World of Warcraft expansions, because like you don't know what's coming, and then like once it's out, like it always feels weird to like join in on an expansion like late. Because like if I played Dragonflight, I'd probably be like pretty happy with like my experience playing the game. But like if I decided to play like Shadowlands or Battle for Azeroth, I would have been like incredibly disappointed. But if I had decided to play Legion, I would have been very happy. But like you just don't know if it's going to be a good expansion or a bad expansion going into it. Because like Battle for Azeroth seemed like pretty cool when it was like announced. It's probably one of my favorite like announcement cinematics out of all of them. But then the expansion ended up being like bad according to like most people that I've read. I played through some Shadowlands stuff and I was definitely disappointed, because Shadowlands is free to play if you just have a WASA. And I definitely did not enjoy that. But I've been meaning to play through some Battle for Azeroth to see if I enjoy that. I made a short about like my experience in Shadowlands, and I've been meaning to do it for each of the expansions beforehand. But I played Shadowlands for like 10-15 hours before I made that short and decided I was just done with it. So it's definitely like a little bit of a time commitment. Really, if I like enjoy the expansion more than I enjoy Shadowlands, I'd probably want to play it for a little bit longer before I make that short. Or like, I think I would probably enjoy Battle for Azeroth a little bit more, because it does seem like a relatively interesting storyline from like an outside perspective. But I think stuff like the Battlefronts you can't do anymore, right? Like the War of Thorns, can you still do that? I'm not entirely sure. And like the stuff in Arathi Highlands, I don't think you can do anymore, which is kind of disappointing. I think what I was saying about not knowing what to expect with expansions is kind of true with like Blizzard games like nowadays. Like people were so hyped for Warcraft 3 Reforged, and then it ended up being a very bad game. And then people were very hyped for Diablo 3, and then other than like playing through the story for the first time, it's like considered not a good game by most people, which is unfortunate. But at least it seems like Dragonflight seems to be doing very well. And hopefully that stays true in the future. It always sucks when developers put in like so much effort into like a game or an expansion, and then people just don't enjoy it. I guess maybe that's like a good thing about World of Warcraft Classic, where if it keeps going in the future, like maybe I'll play Legion Classic because it seems so good, but then I'll skip Battle for Azeroth and Shadowlands, and then I'll come for Dragonflight Classic if that's the thing that they're gonna do. It's interesting to think about the idea of a Dragonflight Classic in like 2036 or whatever. It'll probably be before that. It's like, at what point is Classic WoW going to stop and like just be its own thing, or merge into like retail WoW? Because I could definitely see like, say Cataclysm flops, Cataclysm Classic, and then Mist of Pandaria Classic flops, and like, we don't want to do this anymore. I could see them just like making all the Classic servers be retail servers after Mist of Pandaria, and then your accounts just get merged, and then they just focus on vanilla era as far as like Wrath go, or as far as Classic goes, with like a very likely chance that they relaunch Burning Crusade and Wrath Lich King servers again, just to have people go through it all again. I know a lot of people are quitting World of Warcraft. Well, they say they're quitting, but they're probably never going to be able to quit after Wrath Lich King, because it's like the end of the trilogy. Two more of these fishermen. I was trying to decide if Cataclysm Classic releases, if I'm going to play it a lot, and I think I might play it. I'll probably play whatever the current Classic launch of the game is until I'm done playing World of Warcraft in general. But like, after Wrath Lich King, I'm just not like super interested in like any Classic content they could put out that's not vanilla. a lot of people think they're going to pause with like Wrath Lich King and they're not going to go forward with Cataclysm, and they're going to do Classic Plus based off of Wrath of Lich King, which is kind of interesting to think about. But I know a lot of people want Classic Plus with Vanilla, which there's been leaks actually for a Vanilla Classic Plus that they're going to announce at BlizzCon, which I don't know if the leaks have any credibility, but it's kind of interesting. I like tease like a new raid and a new zone and 2 new races that you could play as. Or you could play as High Elves, which does not seem like something they would do. And then you could play as as Ogres, which I think both of those is really interesting because neither of those are races you can play in retail WoW. Where High Elves, if they do like a Quel'Thalas like type of thing, like they would be rewriting lore to like make it so like the Blood Elves in Quel'Thalas like don't join the Horde, but they might just have it be like High Elves that didn't become Blood Elves in Quel'Thalas that are just like members of the Alliance, because there's like a lot of High Elf members of the Alliance in Vanilla WoW. But then there's also Ogres. Oh, there's someone doing this quest at level 77 doing this quest. Okay, I guess we'll wait a minute and a half or whatever. But like Ogres aren't a playable race in retail World of Warcraft, so it's like interesting to think about how they might be a race you can play as in the future of like Vanilla WoW, because then that's like another like diversion or like diversion from retail World of Warcraft. Or maybe they'll add Ogres to retail at the same time they do it to Vanilla or something. Okay, it should be our turn soon. It's very unlucky that there was someone doing this quest at the exact same time as us. I saw some other people doing quests in that area, so maybe I should be ready to click this orb. There goes that Leviathan, I think they're called. But we can summon him right back up for our turn. This is kind of a cool concept for our quest though, where you summon like a Leviathan from like the oceans around Northrend. You fight some of them actually during the Archer Tournament grounds around Hrothgar's Landing, which I have not done much of in Wrath Classic, so I feel like, I should do some of that. Goddess of the depths. I like how she asks us if we're working with the trolls, because the trolls are like a zone. I have to do this, jump into the water. Are in Zildjiak, which is like a level 74, 75 zone, something like that. So you haven't even, it's like a sneak peek to like that storyline, where the trolls are killing their own gods to try to fight the Scourge. But now we can go to Molokai Harbor, and I think this is the end of all of the Kaliak quests in Dragonblight. So we can head to Star's Rest next, and we can do, there's some stuff with Azure Narub around here, I think, but most of the quests are with the blue dragon fight there. I was thinking about leveling up Paladin on Wrath of Lich King Classic before it's over. Which, like, I don't know if I have enough time to do that, but I definitely might play it a little bit at least. I might not get all the way to level 80. But I also want to play Retribution Paladin on vanilla, even though it's not as good. I'll just pick this, I guess. It's still definitely a fun spec to play. Get our adventuring goods here. And yeah, that was the last quest at Moakai. I have a daily quest there, but that's a daily quest. I don't think I'm going to complete it. Our reputation with the Kaliak is actually almost revered, because I did all the Kaliak quests in the Howling Fjord. So I just haven't done the ones in Borean Tundra. I don't think I have. Oh wait, I have a very faint memory of going over there and doing that quest. So I think I've completed like most of the Kaliak quests in the game. And there's just dailies left, or you have to do like the 3 different dailies every single day until you get all the way to Exalted for the reputation vendor. I might do like a little bit of mount hunting and like companion pet hunting after the new update comes out, because they're making it account wide during Wrath Lich King, which is another huge change to the game that didn't happen during the original Wrath Lich King. I think it came out in Cataclysm or Mist of Pandaria. Was account wide mounts and companion pets. So it's interesting that they have that coming out with Wrath Lich King. There's just been a lot of changes to Wrath. And I think there's a decent amount of people that are like pretty upset with them.
The loom be with you.
Like, I feel like I'm kind of indifferent at this point.
Go in peace.
Let's come over here and we'll skip doing the Scourge quest around Azul Nerub for now. And we can work on the garden plans. And then we have another quest over here. So we have to find all of these dead mage hunters. We have to loot them, which gives us a bag, and then we have to open the bag, and we have to hope we get the item. But we got spoiled reagents from that one. Torn robes. Oh, it is so bright right here. Why is it like this?
I'm out of range.
I like hurt my eyes. Let's go find some more dead bodies. It's gonna get bred again. Oh yeah. It's like some weird lighting thing going on. I don't remember this. I have to interact with a lot of bodies here.
I can't do that yet.
Well, we're almost halfway to level 73, which is nice. We leveled up to 72, pretty close to the start of this stream. So we're making progress towards level 80. We've not found the item we need yet. Moonrest Highborn. I also love all the like Night Elf storylines going on in this expansion as well. That's kind of like another, it's like a significantly smaller storyline compared to the other 3 we were talking about earlier, but it's still a little bit of a thing, because there used to be a lot of like Kaldori stuff in this area of the world. You see like a lot of those types of ruins like this all around the expansion, especially in Crystal Song Forest. was trying to think of what other zones you can find the ruins in. And I think there's some in Borean Tundra. And then some in this zone, and then some in Crystal Song. I'm probably forgetting a place. There's quite a few in Borean Tundra, actually. In different spots. I feel like this is the unluckiest I've been on this quest. Have not found the item we need yet. At least they're like spawning pretty quickly, the dead bodies. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay, back to Star's Rest. We have a Modera here.
Be careful. Go with honor, friend.
And then we need to kill a couple of bosses over here. And then we also have to kill some blue dragonflight for the quest we picked up from this person at the ruins here. So let's go ahead and kill some of the members of the blue dragonflight, and then like the mortals that like work with them. Bunch of mage hunters. That's so bright right there. I keep forgetting. Okay, I think this boss is horde only, so we're not going to fight. Magister Kildanis, who is an elite level boss. But let's come over here. And then we have the Wind Trader here, who's a member of the Consortium. Or the Ethereals, I guess. I think the Consortium are only like a subgroup of Ethereals. Wow, I'm getting unlucky on my strikes right now. Let's go ahead and debuff them. Okay, that one's dead. And then we got the remains. Nope, there's a level 77 undead priest here. Lots of like level 77 undeads. It's interesting. I wonder why they're questing in Dragonblight instead of in Icecrown or in the Storm Peaks. Or I guess in Sholazar as well. Let's come get the other special quest right here. We might have to fight those two coming this way. Let's go ahead. Pull them this way. Let's pop our retaliation. Yeah, that's what it's called. And let's try to get these two down. This one's getting destroyed. That's nice. Should be able to finish this one off pretty quickly too. Okay, that was pretty simple. And then we get a strange device here. And then let's go ahead, we have to kill 12 more blue dragonflight. I think there's another quest that brings us through here, but we can just go ahead and get some experience from killing extra mobs, I guess. Should bandage up here. Oh yeah, I need to get heavy frostweave bandages, which I think is a uncommon drop in Zuldrak and in Drakthron Keep, the dungeon. Was an interesting charge there. I thought I'd go around, but I kind of just went like down and then back up the mountain there.
ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet.
Just got an engraved dagger of strength. Here, she can actually use daggers, but I feel like warriors never use daggers for anything. It's like less damage than most other weapons. Which I actually like that style of gameplay in Guild Wars 2. Like a warrior using 2 daggers. It's like really fun. Maybe I should try it in a while. It's probably not anywhere near as fun as in Guild Wars 2. Oh. That was interesting. I don't have... Do I have intercept? No path available. So, and of course she's just blasting away at me.
I need to get closer.
Let's try to pull her down this way a little bit. But she just wants to sit there, so hopefully I'll go get out of combat in a second. Guess we can heal up real quick. We could try to run away a little bit. Try to get out of combat. Oh, we're out of combat. Okay, let's fly out of here. And then I guess, oh, she's like in the mountain now. I'm just going to, what is this person doing? Just climbing up the mountain? What is going on with the mobs around here? Okay, let's come over here and fight this, this person.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Oh, that priest is trying to solo the mob here. I think priests are like one of the classes best at soloing, so. Plus she's level 77. So she should be fine, I guess.
I can't do that yet. Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready yet. I need to get closer.
I always love the coastline of Northrend, because I like seeing all the like glaciers like off the coast. And then if you get close to them, there's penguins on a lot of them.
Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that. Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready.
Warrior gameplay has always been interesting to me because it's like the first class that I ever played in World of Warcraft. But like, I just don't enjoy Warrior that much.
It's too far away.
Like it's, I don't know, it's like C tier for me. Which like makes me wonder like how different of an experience my like World of Warcraft journey would have been if I had played a class that like I enjoyed more than the warrior. Like it's obviously like thinking in hindsight, right? Because like I didn't know I wouldn't enjoy the warrior that much until, you know, I had played it for a long time and then had played other classes. Let's go destroy Arcanimus. Here's the boss down here in this pit.
I need to get closer. That ability isn't ready yet.
Oh, I'm kind of low on health.
Can't do that.
Let's use a super healing potion. Because I have the runic healing potions, which are better, but I feel like I need to use these up. Which maybe I should have used. I guess we can use the Medallion of Heroism. 2 minute cooldown on that heal. Dealing quite a bit of damage. We can execute in a second. Let's execute it. There we go. That was a little close, but we got there. And now we have 3 quests we can turn in, which is nice. This better one? I don't think it's better. It's like a little bit more defense and then less offense. I think I mostly just want to focus on damage. It does look a little cooler though than what I have equipped right now, which is kind of tempting me to equip it. Let's go ahead, let's talk to the bowyer here, and let's sell some of my stuff. And then let's turn in these two quests.
Light bless you.
Galarian Sentry Headguard. That's a cool looking helmet.
Travels. Light bless you. Be careful. Safe travels.
Okay, get close and observe the object on top of the Surge Needle here. So let's fly over here. I wonder if this was based off like the Space Needle from Seattle. This is a pretty common structure you can find in Wrath of the Lich King. I think we have to... can we only come in from underneath? Looks like there's a bubble around this place. Activate... So we have to activate this item anywhere in Moonrest Gardens and it teleports us up. And then... Well, that Nexus Guardian scared me for a second. Okay. Let's kill a bunch of the sorcerers around here. Oh, I guess we just have to get close to it. So let's just kill this one sorcerer. And then we can teleport back down. Oh, okay. We landed right here. Which is actually pretty far east. That's nice. It's a little close to where we have to go for turning in this quest. I like how we have a night elf camp here with a bunch of dryads and sentinels and stuff.
King's honor, friend. Go with honor, friend.
Turn this in, and then I think there's like a bunch more quests in this quest chain. But we have a really cool quest over here where we have like an NPC named Emmy Malin, who is the daughter of an NPC in vanilla World of Warcraft that you interact with as a member of the Alliance sometimes. And this is his daughter, who I believe is being forced against her will to work for the Blue Dragonflight. Like she's being controlled or something. You like turn in this letter to someone at Star's Rest, and then like they go inform the father about what happened.
I can't do that yet. Not ready. That ability isn't ready yet. It's too far away.
Okay. We need to kill this Focus Wizard, I think. And then we have this letter here, which reads, "I'm sorry for disappearing on you. If you're reading this letter, then I'm dead. I've been forced to work for Malagos' armies under threat that our family would be killed if I didn't. I feel so ashamed. If there's anything that you can do to fight them, don't worry about me. I have them fooled, and I'm sabotaging them from the inside." And she just responds, so let's kill her again.
I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready.
I feel like my attack speed is pretty low. I am using two-handed weapons.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Okay. Let's use the control ring really quickly before she respawns again. And then I think sometimes it bugs. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then let's kill this mage hunter. Let's try not to pull anything else because I'm kind of low on health right now. guess I could use this heal. It's actually a really nice heal. Like, it's not a lot of health, but it's only on a 2-minute cooldown. So you can use it in like a lot of fights. She already respawned again. Okay, back to Star's Rest, where we have 2 quests to turn in, I think. Or just 1. Did I accept this quest? Okay, there we go. I accepted it now. Now we have 2 quests to go turn in over here.
Need help? Safe travels. Be careful.
Have another quest in that quest line, and then that's the end of that. Wish we got a mail from Archmage Malin that says, Commander Zersteel's personal courier saw to it that I received my daughter's letter. The courier also told me it was you who found it. I just want to thank you for seeing to it that the letter got to me. I know that times must be tough for all of you brave souls who are daring to fight in Northrend. Rest assured that I will avenge Emmy. The Blue Dragonflight will suffer for what they did to my little girl. With the utmost respect and gratitude, Archmage Malin. So kind of just like a fun, small story that goes on in this expansion. Related to kind of like a character that I feel like not a lot of people really think about. But like he gives you a few quests in vanilla. Kind of a decently important lore character. We have another quest here we need to pick up. Which we can do in this area. Can strengthen the ancients, and then we can do some more investigating. So we need to get Bark of the Walkers. So sometimes they attack you, just like what this arcane worm did. So you have to like fight them. But sometimes they just give you bark, which is nice.
I can't do that. That ability isn't ready.
Guess we could try to get the 3 barks we need, and then we can go around to the ancients. So here's this one attacking me. I'm not sure if you kill them, if it drops it or not. I think you have to let them give it to you. So then this is just wasted time.
I can't do that yet. Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready yet.
Oh, we got bark from it. Nice. Plus a little bit of experience. Let's use this bark on this ancient here. And hopefully, there we go. We used it just before we got attacked, so it didn't get cancelled, which is nice. You have to be very careful of this corrupted ancient here, because I think he's going to mess our day up if we get attacked by him. Okay, here's a 3rd ancient. Let's grab this real quick. Hopefully he drops it. I don't know if it's a 100% chance drop. This worm wants to fight too. Let's go ahead, debuff him. Oh nice, we got another bark from that one. So that's all the barks we need, so we can go find the ancients, and then we need to go do the Blue Dragonfly quest here too. So it's just going to do more damage to me for a second, and then we can bandage up now it's done. Okay, so atop the woodlands is over here. We need to clear out the worms at this ancient. I feel like I should eat after this fight. Maybe I'll use this healing trinket I have. Let me sneak in here real quick. And then use the bark. Then I guess we can bandage up instead of eat. It's a little bit faster. And we didn't have that much health to restore. Okay, we need one more ancient. But I guess since we're here, let's do this leyline focus where we have to kill this Lieutenant Tazini here. And then, let's use retaliation. Cast Frost Firebolt, which is like a high level mage skill, which I haven't used too much in my life. I haven't played a lot of mage outside of vanilla, I feel like. Of course I have my human mage playthrough. Okay, let's loot this focus ring, plus these other two. And then we need to find our way over here a little bit. We have to clear out the area near this leyline focus. Focus wizard we have to fight. And then I think this is the last person we'll have to fight. Unless we need to get closer to them. This is like a very specific spot you have to stand for this quest. Let's try using the focus here. I think we had a dot on us. And then I think we just have to wait a few seconds. Let this channel on us. There we go. So there's that quest complete. So last thing I have to do is an ancient. And there's one right here. So let's just fight this room. We have a second one that decided to come fight us. I guess we'll just kill both. We're getting really close to leveling up. That's nice. It's like a fast level. There we go for those two. We might have to fight another worm, so let's just bandage up to be on the safe side here. I guess I'll use Heroic Battle Shout, not Heroic Strike. And then let's use Bark of the Walkers. Looks like we're close enough. And that's that quest complete, and that's both of the quests complete here. So now we can head back to Star's Rest. And then we're going to have another quest after this one, I think. And then that might be the end of the chain, if I remember correctly. Not 100% sure. Yeah, I really like that Tonka village in the background there, right under Wintergrass with all the waterfalls coming down. There's like, what, 7 waterfalls, technically? I think it would all be considered like the same waterfall because it's coming from like one river or whatever. Like right here. But it's like 7 distinct sections.
Light be with you. Light bless you.
Yeah, let's get these bracers, I
honor,
think.
friend.
And we have a new quest. Let's go turn in this quest over here. So we can go back to that Induli village. And I think this is better. Like that's a lot of extra stamina for a little bit less damage. Yeah, I think we're almost done with the quests in this area. If we come here, we're at 77 out of 115, so we completed like 20 quests now after we finished Angrathar. Which I think after this area, the next big spot is going to Wormrest Temple. So we need to find a dead body, I think. Or we just come down here. Yeah, I have a quest. Oh yeah, here's the dead body. So we can complete this and then get the ley line focus. And then let's sneak over here and use the talisman on this ley line focus. And then we just have to wait a moment. And then let's swim back to land. But I think, yeah, we're gonna have to fight a couple of corrupted ragers along the way. And then we're just going to... Where are we going next? Is it back to Star's Rest? Oh, we have to go to the Azure Dragon Shrine next. We have to observe that area, and then that'll be the end of that quest. Which is really cool that there's dragon shrines for like each of the dragon flights in this map. And they all have quests like related to them where you go do stuff. And they're like themed around each of the dragon flights. Which I just think the zone is kind of like fun to come back to, given like the current expansion of World of Warcraft. Because there's like a lot of stuff going on with the dragon flights here. It like helps build a little bit of like an understanding for what's going on in the current expansion. Yeah, the dragon shrine is right over there. I think we used the talisman, did we not? Okay, we did. My questie's just bugging out a little bit there. Yeah, this dragon shrine is really cool. Like all of them are, at least in my opinion. But there's like a fun daily quest that starts at Wormrest Temple that we can come do in a little bit when we head over there. So I think we just have to get to the edge here. And this area looks very similar to the area in southwestern Dragonflight that we were exploring. And that's been observed. So back to Star's Rest, where we can turn in this quest, which I think is the end of the blue Dragonflight quests for this area of the world. And then we can do the Scourge quest we have up here as well before heading to Wormrest. And we're 5 bars away from level 73. I'm definitely going to miss the Joyous Journeys a little bit. But it'll come back later on in Phase 4, at the end of it. As we start heading into whatever's next for World of Warcraft. At least I'm assuming it's going to come back. Maybe this is the last time we ever have Joyous Journeys. We don't really know. People want it to be like a permanent thing that you can toggle on or off depending on like how you want to play the game, but to like always have the option there. And like I really wonder if like they get subs for having Joyous Journeys like every now and then. If like people come back, like do people really come back for that?
Be careful. Safe travel.
So now we have a quest to go to Wormrest Temple. Got some Kirin Tor reputation. So we can go do that, but first let's come up here and do some of the quests up here, ignoring that Dragonbone Condor there. We have to fight a bunch of cultists and try to get some functional cultist seats. So here's some. Wow, we were hitting this cultist for a lot of damage. Is that a dead person? Oh yeah, it is. Should we... There are cultists up here. There are a few. So let's fight these ones. I don't want to pull a lot of the Scourge minions down there. Need 2 more. I forget what this quest leads to. Like, why are we collecting these? Maybe we should read the quest. Oh, I think we're just killing them for vengeance because they're responsible for plaguing the wildlife around here. Okay, we need 1 more. There's the High Chieftain of the Tonka, which is for a Horde quest. It is a pretty cool quest. Let's fight this cultist. We have that one there we can pull if this one doesn't drop a suit. Wish it did not. So, oh, control 6 on this character. I have a control 1 on my hunter on hardcore to shoot, so that threw me off for a second. The favor of Zangus? To my favorite pupil, if you continue to show promise, I will teach you wonders beyond your imagining. If you do not, I will have you destroyed. High Cultist Zangus. I don't remember this quest. But we just got a quest from this cultist here, so we can go ahead and do that quest. That's kind of cool. I'm sure I've done it at some point, but I just don't have memories of it. There's our last functional suit. So we have, we have 2 quests we can turn in. So that's cool. Let's head back to Star's Rest. I'm going to guess this Zangus quest is going to lead to killing a boss over here. Let's talk to the warden. Kill the cultists. I think that's the last one there. Yep. And then the favor of Zangus. Asked you to slay High Cultist Zangus, and we get a Northrend adventuring supplies from this, which means it's like kind of an important quest. So it looks like it's in Ajol Narub. I don't think we fight Zangus right here. Yeah, we have to go into this area. So I guess since we haven't been here, we can just explore this a little bit. Might fight my way through a little bit. Lots of Nerubians around here. Is this the main entrance? I feel like there's supposed to be like a ramp somewhere, but I just see a hole. I guess we'll just drop down here. Oh, here's the ramp. You have the dungeon entrances over there, but we need to run this way, I think. So let's clear out the Nerubians this way. I remember there's a bunch of Horde quests down here that you do, but I don't really remember coming here for Alliance. No, there's Zangus. This didn't take too long to get to. probably going to range this. So I might try to pull him back a little bit if he stays in melee range. There he goes, casting a Shadow Bolt. I just wanted to avoid that other Underlord. But we killed him. So there's that quest complete. And that's probably the end of that quest chain. Just 2 quests. But that's really cool. A nice diversion to come down into the pit of Narjun. I guess we can just run over here really quickly to see what this area looks like. So this is Ajol Narub, I think, is the dungeon. And then this is, or I don't know what it's called actually. But there's like the Temple City of Ankhet, I think, which is this dungeon right here. Let's come into Group Finder and see what it's called. Group Browser, Dungeons, filter by Lich King Dungeons. And it's, oh yeah, it's Ajol Narub. And then Ankhet, the Old Kingdom, is the other dungeon, so I was right there. Yeah, really cool dungeon entrances. I always like dungeon entrances in video games. Like Guild Wars 2, the dungeon entrances are pretty cool. Like map entrances in general, I feel like, well, specifically in like Guild Wars 2, I guess map entrances are a bit more important. But there's some like cool like zone borders, like at the wall in Hillsborough Foothills and Arathi Highlands is pretty cool. And then Arathi Highlands to Wetlands with the Thandal Span, that's pretty cool. And then I think in Retail WoW with Hinterlands and Arathi Highlands, there's like the giant tunnel there, that's pretty cool. I guess Arathi Highlands is a pretty cool zone for going to other zones and not spending time in that zone. So I think, yeah, next we'll go to Wormrest Temple, I think. We completed all of the stuff. Oh, my water bottle just opened. All the stuff around Angrathar. And then we completed the stuff around Moakai Harbor. And then we completed the stuff around Star's Rest. These are 2 dungeon quests. This is a daily quest. So I have like all the these quests I kind of grouped together in like one section. These are like different quests related to like helping out the goblins here, and then fighting against the snowbolts and they called minotaurs, which is another kind of small quest, like storyline that goes on throughout the entire expansion. You fight them in Boring Tundra, and then here in Dragonblight, and you fight them in the Storm Peaks. But now we have some Wormrest Temple stuff. So I think there's like 3 different tiers of the temple that you can like talk to NPCs to fly like up and down them. But since we have a flying mount, since we have a like level 80 on this server, we can just fly there ourselves. But here's the Steward of Wormrest Temple.
Remember the sun well.
And then we need to talk to, I think, the Night Elf Ambassador over here. Yeah, Alliance Ambassador, Lorio Trueblade.
Hello. Farewell. God
Turn in this quest. And then report to the Ruby Dragon Shrine. We have other quests we can do here as well. Which are all on the top level. And they're going to send us to the different dragon shrines around here. We have Lord Davestras, which is cool. The commander of Wormrest Temple Defenses. He is the man that gives the daily quest, but I don't have access to it just yet. Might have to be a little bit higher level, not sure. But let's come over here where the Alliance on this side and then the Horde on the other side are just fighting the Scourge here in the Ruby Dragon Shrine. So we can come over here and we can kill a bunch of them. So let's participate in this fight. Commander Iskandar.
Not ready yet. I can't do that yet. Not ready. I can't do that yet.
I don't think these mobs give experience, which is unfortunate.
I need to get closer.
Oh, those are all dead. Yeah, lots of like Alliance soldiers just fighting right here. Iskandar is rushing into the battle over here. Let's attack this abomination. And then there's a bunch of ghouls around here we can fight. So let's try to damage some of them. Because we need to kill a bunch for this quest. And let's try to heal up a little bit maybe. Taking quite a bit of damage because I've attacked a lot of them. I guess let's use a potion. Okay, we killed all of those. And the abomination's dead. So we just need to kill a few more ghouls and geists. I guess let's bandage up. Can run back to the other side. Looks like these forces are pushing into the shrine. So there might be another fight. Yeah, in here. Actually, I don't see any ghouls. Let's go ahead and fight the geists. And then we have another one here. Then let's go back to where we were previously and see if there's any ghouls over here. Guess we have to run away a little bit. I like the human like archer stance. It's like a cool animation. Any ghouls over here? They might not be pushing in because we pushed them all the way back into the dragon shrine. We have Ember Room there, which is very cool. There's actually a storyline in this map that... Oh, there's some ghouls here. Let's go fight them. And I just hit a ton of them. As I was saying, there's like a storyline related to kind of learning where Ember Worm comes from, because you learn that the Code of the Damned are raising dead black dragons, which Ember Worm is one of. I completed this quest, so let's run back towards the quest giver over here. I guess I can use my stopwatch. Has a 30-minute cooldown, but I mean, I say it now, but there's probably not going to be a time that I'll use it, since I was stuck in combat for a while. And then Golden Griffin back up here. And then we need to return 6 Ruby Keepers to the Earth. So we need to find acorns around the tree here. And then the Ruby Keepers are right there. Ruby acorn. So we need 6 of them. There's Duke Valenhaw, servant of the Lich King. I think he's for a horde quest. We need 3 more acorns. Go ahead and open these. Then I guess we'll fight this necromancer here. I definitely need to go to a vendor soon. And I should probably go to Stormwind and sell things on at the auction house at some point. Maybe when I reach like level 74. Okay, there's the 6 acorns I need. So now we just need to get to all the Ruby Keepers, and I probably have a bunch of geists around there.
I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet. Not ready yet.
I forget if there's like a fight after we return each one. Looks like, yeah, nothing came and attacked me. And acorn's right there. Looks like each one pretty much has a geist around it. Actually, I feel like geists are really cool mobs. I'm sure they exist in like other pieces of media, but I feel like I've never seen like monsters like them elsewhere. I guess they kind of look like Golem. So I guess there's that. There's no geist at this one, which is nice. I have to fight the one here.
I'm out of range. Not
I'm curious what these tabs on YouTube Studio is. Okay. I'm just exploring things. We're very close to level 73. I think I might try to get to 73, and then I'm starting to get a little tired, so I might log off soon after. Good progress for leveling today, though. It's definitely nice to take advantage of Joyous Journeys.
that ability isn't ready yet.
Okay, here's the last keeper with our last ruby acorn. Put the keeper to rest. And then let's go turn in this quest. Which I think there's a couple more quests left in this quest chain. Hello, turn this in. 5 gold, 60 silver. Okay, kill 6 necromancers. And then we have to kill or cleanse the corruption in the ruby tree. So I guess let's go do that first. And that's going to give us another quest we can turn in as well. Oh, there's a frigid necromancer right here. I guess we can kill him. I really like dismounting in midair and using charge and then just like charging through the air. It's a very interesting mechanic.
That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet.
There's one necromancer. And then we have Dahlia Suntouch, who I think used to be like a blood elf or a dragon or something. I'm not entirely sure. But like, she's an important character for someone. She is 3 levels higher than me right now, so we're struggling a tiny bit. Go ahead and use my trinket there. Heal up a little bit. So we get to 20%. There we go. Now we can execute. Very nice. So we have the remnants of Dahlia Suntouch, and we also got a quest here that we can pick up. Or we can tell Crassus about the fate. I've lived here and kept the shrine with the blessing of the Alexstrasza for longer than I can remember. In its darkest hours, I failed. I fell at the feet of that damned Death Knight, Bloodbane. The Lich King is stretching his hand far now, fearlessly treading on the most sacred lands of all the fights. He intends to force us to action. So she used to be the keeper of this shrine before it fell to Bloodbane, who I think is a boss in Icecrown, the map, not the raid.
I can't do that yet. Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready.
So I just need to kill 5 more frigid necromancers. And then I think we'll return to Wormrest after this. Or we might have to stop on the way to that one dragon on the way back to Wormrest. You should be have leveled up by that time, which is nice. We only have a few quests left in this quest chain, but we're very close to 73, so it's probably going to line up pretty well.
I need to get closer. I can't do that. Not ready yet.
2 more necromancers to go. And there's that complete. So yeah, we have to stop by, turn in this quest here. Might go get the Ice Fist quest. I'll do it later.
How may I help?
Anything upgradable here? Nope.
Be careful.
Then return to Wormrest Temple. So we have 2 quests to go turn in over there. So let's go turn those in. I desperately need to go to a merchant. My bags are completely full. I'd sell the salted venison. Stack the flatbread there. So let's turn in this quest.
Farewell.
And then go up to Alexstrasza, but we have to go clear our inventory. So, trade goods, Trezormu. I'm gonna sell all of this. I'll just sell that too. An unopened tome of advice. I'll throw it in my bank. Might as well collect some stuff. Okay, now let's go pick up this quest, which is going to take us to the top, I believe. Where we talk to Alexstrasza, and then we also have a quest to talk to Crassus. So let's fly up here and turn these 2 in. The turning in this quest to Alexstrasza might unlock the daily quest, maybe? Which will be fun to do really quickly. There's an achievement to complete it in like a minute and 50 seconds, so we can challenge ourselves a little bit with that. It's in Wrath Lich King, I think. Rapid defense. Oh, and under 3 minutes.
Our destiny awaits. Be well.
And then Shalom. Turn in this quest. So I think we have to fly to the middle Wormrest. Yes. Report to Lord Afrasastras. I have no idea.
Have a good one. Be careful.
And this unlocks the daily. So let's go ahead and do this daily really quickly, where we can ride on our very own dragon once again. I have to dismount. And basically, we're just going to kill a bunch of the blue dragons here.
Not ready yet. I can't do that yet.
I think I destabilize the Azure Dragon Shrine. So let's come over here.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet. It's too far away.
Have to get close to this pillar of light, I think.
That spell isn't
There
ready.
we go.
I need a target.
Or maybe we didn't do it.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet.
Wrath Lich King introduced like a bunch of vehicle quests, and they weren't super popular, but I like them a lot actually. Oh, we have to sit here. Okay. I interrupted the cast, I think. So we need to kill 2 more drakes, 1 more dragon. So here's a drake. And then here's a dragon coming in. And we need to kill 1 more drake, which is in here. We're just flying towards Worm Rest, which is convenient for us. And then that's that quest complete. So let's quickly use our speed boost here. Run in and turn this in. And I feel like that was under 3 minutes. So we got the rapid defense quest, which is nice. Complete the defending Worm Rest Temple quest in under 3 minutes while not in a group. And we got that achievement, but we are still not level 73, so I guess I'll go do a little bit more stuff. We could do the Obsidian Dragon Shrine quest, or not Obsidian, the Chromie Mystery of the Infinite quest, which Chromie is a really important lore character, especially for World of Warcraft Classic, because she's kind of like the reason we have World of Warcraft Classic and lore.
Very good.
Let's go do this quest, which is actually a really kind of interesting quest, because it's like a future you coming back in time to help you with this quest, which is like it's like an interesting concept. But like I don't think there's been a quest introduced to the game in the future where you come back to this point of time to help the Infinite, or to help fight against the Infinite. Yeah, I remember with that like rapid defense achievement, I never completed that in retail, and then I completed it in Classic WoW, like the first time I did it. I don't even know if I've done the daily in retail up until this point, where I did it in Classic and I got the achievement. Here's Future Me. I'll throw it in general, so if people want to read it, you can read it. But like I completed the achievement in Classic and got it, and then I'm like, I wonder if I've done this in retail. So I went on retail and I had not done it, so then I went and did the daily and I got it like my first try there as well. I'm definitely like much better at like playing video games today than I used to be, like way back in the day, but like I don't know if I was that bad back in the day. I was like rank 24 Frost, Death Knight, and Cataclysm on my server. That's like a stat that I'll always hold near and dear in my heart. Yeah, we just have a bunch of the Infinite Dragonflight here, which I think are actually like the main villains right now in Dragonflight that you fight in like the current patch. There's like a mega dungeon with like Nosdormu or something, and you're fighting the Infinite, which are like a corrupted version of the Bronze Dragonflight that are like trying to like destroy time or whatever. Because the Bronze Dragonflight is always about like time and stuff, so you interact with them a lot, like especially in the Burning Crusade, and then in Wrath Lich King, and in Cataclysm there's like a bunch of dungeons in the Caverns of Time that you do, which are probably some of my favorite dungeons in the game actually. Infinite Chronomagus. It's kind of just like a cool mob name in general. I guess I should bandage up since I'm very low on health. And then here's an infinite time render, I think this is the boss we have to fight.
I can't do that yet.
I'm getting a little low on health here. I need my future you to pick up the slack a little bit and do a little bit more damage. Let's use a potion there. Those Dormu is here if we look up, but I'm stressed out right now. I guess we completed. Oh, he just taunted for me. Very nice. I guess we completed the quest. Oh my god, he left. He left me alone. Okay. Yeah, we have Nosdormu here, the Lord of Time, which is really cool to see. So yeah, we see Alexstrasza and we see Malygos and we see Nosdormu in Wrath Lich King. And we also see Ysera, but we don't see Deathwing until the next expansion. Ysera is at the... we can run down there really quickly, I guess. I think she is like sleeping at this dragon shrine. But yeah, then Deathwing is like... he's like underground, right? At like this moment in the story. He's in like Deep Home, like trying to become stronger before he attacks the world and destroys a lot of it. Yeah, we have this giant Scarlet Onslaught, or Scarlet Crusade. Scarlet Onslaught is what they're called in Wrath. Which is like a really cool town here. But there's like not a lot of questing here for like Alliance characters. It's mostly for Horde characters, which is kind of interesting. You'd think they'd add questing here for Alliance as well. Like have a little Alliance hut, or I mean, you just probably come out from Winterguard to come quest here, because there is a single quest you do there on the Alliance where you fight High General Bindis. He's like one of the leaders of the Scarlet Onslaught. Yeah, here we have Ysera, the Dreamer, just sleeping right here, which is cool. One of the 5 dragon aspects. And then we have Malygos, who is a raid boss, who gets replaced with Kalikos in the future. And then Deathwing dies in Cataclysm, but I think in Dragonflight they're trying to find a replacement for him. It's just some interesting story stuff going on. Yeah, like I've said, playing through Dragonblight is really interesting because of the Dragonflight expansion and kind of like the connections between the story and like Dragonblight and Dragonflight, and then also like Cataclysm and stuff like that. Right, we have Chromie here, Ambassador of the Bronze Dragonflight, Mystery of the Infinite. None of these are better. I'll pick a two-handed because it sells for that. And we just leveled up to level 73 on that quest, which is nice. So I guess I'll throw a Talon in Deep Wounds. I think that's what I was planning to do. Let's come down here and we can clear my inventory, which is still pretty much a mess, but I'll swap you two, and then I'll just sell off 4 of these, and then I guess I'll throw the super healing potion on my bar so we can use it when we need. So let's sell all of this. Yeah, I think level 73. Can check our /played. Played for 4 days, 12 hours on this character. It's quite a bit of time, but I've been playing this character for a while now. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it good here. When we return on this character, I'll probably do some questing around Dragonblight, but when we return, I think I'll do some Grizzly Hill quests, and then after that stream I'll level up in Grizzly Hills and maybe Zodrak a little bit. Before we go to Sholazar, I think I want to do a Sholazar stream. So those are some Wrath streams that I want to do in the future. Plus I want to play some hardcore, play some Palea, play some Guild Wars 2. It's like a lot of stuff that I want to play, but only so much time. But I hope you all enjoyed watching the stream, or the VOD if you're watching this afterwards, and I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves and have a good evening. Goodbye.